Good afternoon, students. So, in the previous class, we completed total 5 units. Okay, ma? Now, in this class, the first unit revision. Okay, ma? The first unit revision. So, in the first topic is computer types. Okay, generally, what is meant by a computer? Already in lower classes, we learn the computer. That is, so the main parts are input device and the processor and the output device. So whatever the input will be giving through input device. Okay, ma. So the input will be giving from the input device to the processor. Okay, in the processor, whatever the operation we are giving, that will be executed in the processor. Okay, ma. So after executing, the result will be getting. So that result will be giving to output device. Okay, ma. That result will be giving to output device. Okay, na. So here the input device, and the processor, output device. Okay, ma. So in this, all the operations are executed in the processor. Okay, ma. So all the operations means how you are giving the required operation to the processor in the form of a program. Okay, ma. In the form of a program. What is meant by a program? This is having a sequence of instructions. Okay, ma. Program having the sequence of instructions. Okay, so those instructions will be stored in the memory. Okay, so based on the requirements, we are having some computer types. Okay, ma, what are they? Personal computers. These are like our desktops. Okay, ma. So desktops means here based on our requirement. That is different configurations are there. Okay, so we suppose if we want only to run the MS Office and next is some programming languages only. So depending on that, we purchase the computer. Suppose if we want some video editings, photo editings, that is Photoshop is also loaded. Based on that, the configuration will be, another configuration will be selected. Okay, ma. So like these personal computers. So this is commonly used in homes, schools, business offices, etc. Okay, ma. So these are common type of desktop computers. So next to notebook computers. Notebook computers means these are very comfort to carry. That is, these are portable. Portable in the sense to carry anywhere, like laptops. Okay, ma, laptops means there is no separate processor, separate keyboard like that. All are included in one unit. Okay, ma. So that's why the laptops are very comfort to portable. Okay, ma. Next, workstations. Workstations means suppose if we want to share the data between the computers in organization, in any organization, then these workstations computers are preferred. These all computers are connected in LAN. Okay, local area network. So LAN, and then the data will be shared between the computers. Okay, ma. Next, enterprise systems. Enterprise systems means suppose if we want, if we are having some different organizations, one organization at different branches. Then at that time, if we want to share the data between the branches, then we are selecting some computers. Those are like enterprise systems. Okay, ma. Here the server plays an important role here for sharing the data. Okay, ma. The next one is supercomputers. Supercomputers means these are used for large scale numerical calculations. Those are like weather forecasting. Weather forecasting means, so to get the weather reports for all purpose, we are using supercomputers. Okay, ma, these are the different computer types. So all the computers are here, different computer types are there. Out of all these, depending on our requirement, we choose any one of them. Okay, ma. The next one is basic terminology. That means here, what is meant by a computer? Here, what are the operations we are doing? Okay, so these are the points. The next topic is here, functional units. Okay, ma. Functional units means here input, memory, arithmetic logic unit, output, and control unit. Okay, ma. In this, what is the input here? Suppose if you are taking the keyboard, from the keyboard we are giving the input. Suppose if we are pressing any key on the keyboard, then what happens? The corresponding ASCII code will be generated and that corresponding letter will be displayed on the monitor. Okay, so that is the input will be giving from the keyboard. Memory, RAM. That means if we write any program, program means a sequence of instructions. Okay, all the instructions are stored in memory. All the data required to execute that instruction, that is also stored in memory. Okay, ma, that is RAM here. Arithmetic logic unit. What is the meaning? ALU. Very, very important in the processor. So what is the purpose of ALU? All the operations, that is arithmetic operations and logical operations, we are doing in that ALU only. Arithmetic operations means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Logical operations means and operation or not, like that. Okay, ma. So this is about the ALU. Next, output unit. Output unit means in the ALU, after executing whatever the operations we require, we are getting the result. Okay, ma. So that result will be transferred to output unit. Okay. So next, control unit. What is the purpose of control unit here? What is the purpose? So here control unit means whatever the operations we are doing, that is either read operation or write operation is done. Okay, that means the input will be transferred from the input to the processor. In that ALU, execution will be there. After getting the result, that result will be moved to output. Totally, these operations are coordinated by using this control unit. Okay, ma. So these are the different functional units in any computer. So here one diagram will be there. Okay, this is IO, input output. This is the memory. Okay, processor. In this processor, ALU and control unit will be present. Okay, memory means here we are using primary memory and secondary memory. Okay, ma. See here. If you study this material, so input device, that is actually from the keyboard we are giving the input, isn't it? So that is high level language. High level language in the sense assembly language. Okay, ma. Actually, the programs written in high level language. Okay, by the user. The programs written in high level language. Okay, actually this high level language is not understood by the processor. Then what happened? This high level language is understood by the user only. Okay, this high level language is not understood by the processor. What happened here? This high level language is converted into machine level language, that is in the form of ones and zeros. Okay, ma. The machine level language is only understood by the processor. Okay, the machine level language is only understood by the processor. Okay, ma. So here, see here, this is either stored in the memory or immediately used by the processor to perform the desired operations. Okay. So this individually input unit. Okay, here the main part is keyboard. Okay, ma. The input unit means keyboard. So here, whatever the key is pressed on the keyboard, that will be converted into equivalent binary code, that is in the form of ASCII code. Okay, ma. So some input devices are joysticks, trackballs, mouse, scanners, etc. Okay. Next, memory unit. In this memory unit, primary memory and secondary memory is there. Okay. So in the primary memory, what is stored? Okay. So if you are taking this primary memory, so this is these are processed in a group of fixed size, that is called word. That means, see here, whatever the instructions we write to execute some operation, okay, all the instructions are stored in the memory unit, and the data which is used to execute that instructions, that is also stored in the memory. Okay, ma. So here we are using random access memory. Okay, random access memory means that is a temporary memory. Okay, ma. That is a temporary memory. That is volatile. That is volatile. Okay, this is about the memory. So next, ALU. ALU means the heart of the processor is a ALU. That means whatever the operations we require, all these executed in this ALU only. Okay, ma. So next, output unit. So whatever the result will be getting at ALU, that will be transferred to output unit, like printers, speakers, and monitors. Okay. So next, control unit. Control unit means, so whatever the operations done from the input to the output, all the operations are coordinated, okay, by using this control unit. Okay, ma. So if you see the brief concept of these functional units means, see here, by using these 4 points only, you know what is the operation of a computer. Okay, see here, the first point is the computer accepts information in the form of programs and data through an input unit and stores in the memory. Okay, information stored in memory is fetched under program control into an arithmetic and logic unit where it is processed. That means processing is doing in ALU. Processed information leaves the computer through an output unit. All activities inside the machine are directed by control unit. Okay. If you remember these 4 points, what are the summary points of the operation of a computer? Then you will write all the individual units. Okay, ma? All the individual functional units in a computer. Okay. Are you understand? What is the next topic? Basic operational concept. In this basic operational concept, this diagram is very, very important. Okay, ma, remember one thing. In this subject CAO, the block diagrams plays an important role. Okay. If you draw the block diagram without any mistake and try to understand the concept and write some points about that blocks which are used in that block diagram with your own words, no problem. Okay, ma. So the important thing is draw the block diagram without any mistake. Okay. So here, this is the memory, that is RAM. Next, MAR, memory address register. MDR, memory data register. Control unit. PC means program counter. IR means instruction register. R0, R1 and so on, Rn minus 1. These are N general purpose registers. ALU. Okay, ma? See here, this is the block diagram of basic operational concepts. So what happens here? What is PC? Program counter. Number of times per each. Maximum. This program counter is used in many topics in this unit. Okay. So what is the purpose of program counter? It fetches the address location of the next instruction. Okay ma, అంటే ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఏది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి అనేది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది అంటే మనకి పీసీలో ఉన్న మెమరీ లొకేషన్ ని చూడగానే నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఏంటి అనేది మనకు అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా. నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది అనేది తెలుస్తుంది మనకి. ఓకేనా? ఇట్ ఫెచెస్ ది అడ్రస్ లొకేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది next instruction. Okay, it fetches the address location of the next instruction. Very, very important role of PC in every program. Okay, if you know the PC value, then only we are going either sequentially or any branch will be there. That is all known by using this PC value only. Okay, so next, what is here? Instruction register. Instruction register means what it contains? It holds the instructions which are currently being executed. Okay ma, present ఏదైతే ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుందో ఆ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ని ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ రిజిస్టర్ లో ప్లేస్ చేస్తాము. ఓకేనా? సో దట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ది ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ రిజిస్టర్. నెక్స్ట్ MAR, మెమరీ అడ్రస్ రిజిస్టర్. Memory address register. So here it holds the address of the location to be accessed. That means మనం ఏ అడ్రస్ లొకేషన్ దగ్గర నుంచి డేటాను తెచ్చుకుంటున్నాము, లేదు ఏ అడ్రస్ లొకేషన్ లోకి డేటాను పెడుతున్నాము. ఓకేనా? సో ఇట్ హోల్డ్స్ ది అడ్రస్ ఆఫ్ ది లొకేషన్ టు బి యాక్సెస్డ్. దట్ విల్ బి స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ MAR. ఓకే అమ్మా? సో నెక్స్ట్ MDR, memory data register. That will be, it contains the data to be written into or read out of the address location. Okay, it holds the address, it contains the data to be written into or read out of the address location. See here, so IR means the presently executing instruction will be stored. PC means what is the next instruction? That instruction memory location will be stored in PC. Okay ma? So next MAR means memory address register. It holds the address location which is to be accessed. Okay, that will be giving to memory. See here, the memory data register. So it contains the data which is to be read or written. Okay, that will be stored in this MDR, memory data register. What is our general purpose registers? Which activity is doing? Whether we want to store some data in registers, then we are using these registers, R0 to Rn minus 1. ALU means already we know. These all the operations performed by using this ALU only. Control unit means to do all the activities, this control unit coordinates, that is helps to all the data transfers. Okay ma, this is about the basic operational concepts. So here we are having some of the steps. See here, based on these steps only you remember. Okay, ఇక్కడ చూడమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఆపరేటింగ్ స్టెప్స్ అని ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఇవి నేర్చుకోండి. సో దెన్ యూ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఆల్ ది పాయింట్స్ ఇన్ దట్ బేసిక్ ఆపరేషనల్ కాన్సెప్ట్. Okay, totally 12 points are there. Read these points. These are in very simple language. Compulsory you understand. Okay amma, చాలా ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. కొంచెం జాగ్రత్తగా if you keep concentrate on this, then you will write with your own words. No need to by heart this. Okay. So if you understand the concept, then you will write. That is very easy to learn the subject. Okay. So the next topic is bus structure. So what is meant by bus? That is having some group of lines that is used to communicate between the two devices. Okay, Amma? Bus is used to communicate between the two devices. Each line contains one bit of information. Okay, Amma? These are the important points. Bus means generally a normal in our life, you are using the bus. What the bus can do? That transfers the passengers from one place to another place. Like that here also, the data will be transferred from one device to another device. Okay, Ma? So like that. So here some group of lines are there. Each line carries one bit of information. That is, it creates a communication path between the two devices. Okay, Ma? It creates a communication path between the two devices. So in that bus structure, we are having address lines, data lines, and control lines. Okay, so this is the bus. This is the bus. Okay, so the input will be giving. See the direction. The input means that will be giving through the bus to memory. That means whether read the data from this memory or write the data into the memory. That's why both directions are there. Processor. That means the data will be taking from the bus to the processor, and after completing the processor operation, the data will be giving to the bus. That's why this is also bidirectional. The output means whatever the result will be getting in this processor, that result will be giving to the bus. From this bus, that will be going to output. That's why the output means the direction is upwards. Okay. So here address lines, data lines, and control lines are there. What is the purpose of lines? These address lines means based on the number of address lines, we know the memory capability of the processor. Okay, memory capability of the processor. Memory capability means, suppose if you are having 16 number of address lines, suppose if you are having 16 number of address lines, then what is the total memory capability? 16 number of address lines means the total memory locations are 2 power 16. How it will rise? 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. A power m into a power n. Are you remember? So 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. 2 power 6 means what is the value? 64. 2 power 10 will be written as 1k. 1k. Okay, Amma? 64 into 1k, that is equal to 64k. Suppose 20 address lines are there. Then 2 power 10 into 2 power 10, 1k into 1k, 1 mega locations will be there. Okay, Amma? Based on the address lines combinations only, we know which memory location is used. Okay. Next, data lines. Data lines means based on the data lines, we know the word length of the given processor. Suppose 8-bit processor, then the word length is 8. 16-bit processor, then the word length is 16-bit. Okay. So control lines means to coordinate all the operations which are done by using these address lines and data lines. The control lines are used. Okay, Amma? So this is about the bus structure. Next, system software. System software means in this system software, application software, two types are there. Suppose if we purchase any system, then what we can do first? First, you are installing some OS into that computer. Without OS, the computer is not working, isn't it? So that OS is the system software. Okay, Amma? Next, application software means, suppose if we want to create some Excel sheet. So what we can having in the computer compulsory MS Office is loaded, then only we create the Excel file. Okay, without MS Office, are you create Excel file or Word or PowerPoint presentation? So not possible. Suppose if we want to execute C programs, then what is needed? Turbo C. Okay, like that, depending on application, if we are using, that is, if we are installing some softwares onto the computer, then that belongs to application software. Okay, ma. System software means like OS, that is permanently stored in the computer. Okay, that is permanently stored in the computer. That is about the system software. Okay, so totally these are the points. So if you read these points, then you can understand. Okay, ma. So this is about the system software. Next topic is performance. Here in this performance, so in this first unit, so after this performance, next register transfer notation, assembly language notation, sequencing and branching. Next, basic instruction types. Okay, ma. So these will be discussed in the next class. Okay. Today, all of you try to read this material. Okay, ma. Up to this system software. Are you having an idea? Okay. Up to system software, all of you read this material and try to understand the concept. If you understand, then it will be very easy to remember. Okay, ma. So the next two topics will be discussed in the next class. Okay. So today we learn the topics: computer types, next functional units, next basic operational concepts, next bus structure, system software. Okay. Today totally 5 topics are covered. All of you try to learn these 5 topics today itself. Okay. Thank you, Ma. Any doubts in these 5 topics?